Good morning, everybody. It's 5:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, Monday, July 8th. Take a look at Litecoin and Bitcoin. Oh, look at this. We're staying above that EMA, 12 EMA. Let's take a look on the 4-hour. Oh, look at the Bollinger Band. It's approximately about $3 between the top and the bottom. Very narrow in the price range for the Bollinger Band. Let's see if we get some dots up here. When the Bollinger Band gets that narrow, take a look. Da Vinci, I watched him yesterday. He said it's going to go up to $240. Crypto Savvy, 180. I looked at it and said, I compared it to this last time the Bollinger Band narrowed. It went up 60%. So 60% of the current price, it's 120, about $192, $190, somewhere around there. Let's take a look. Let's not be lazy brain. So 120. Yeah. $192 would equal a 60% increase. Da Vinci was saying 240. He's also saying Bitcoin is going to go up to 16,000. All right. In all curiosity, this thing is like a coiled spring right now. Come on, white dots. Those white dots you see now, if you get later down the line, they're going to be compressed together. Let's see when they're compressed together. You'll see it's narrowed, it goes up. Right now, we're very narrow. The manipulator is suppressing the price, narrowing the extremes in the Bollinger Band. And it looks like if you look at this graph really quick, I could tell you we're going to see more than likely go up. We just started to break out off the top Bollinger Band. You see right there? We just tiny bit over it. Let's see what happens when we go a tiny bit over it. Look. When the Bollinger Band starts to go over the top, the candlestick starts to go over the top of the Bollinger Band, you see? You get an increase thereafter. Goes over the top, away we go. Goes over the top, away we go. Goes over the top, away we go. Right now, this market right here is a coiled spring right here in this area over here. It's been suppressed. This is on the 4-hour chart. We've been consolidated. Now, if you'll notice, you'll notice here, these three dots now, after this little narrowing, are right on top of each other now. Now, the market maker, for him to suppress the market, he can keep it the lowest probably around 119. And even after he's trying to suppress it, it just keeps going up. I don't know how long he's going to keep this beach ball underwater, but it doesn't look for long. So expect a nice candlestick coming soon. I can't tell you when, but we're close. We're very close, people. Judging by what I see, constriction of the Bollinger Band is very narrow, approximately $3. At the one I showed you before, the one that's over here, the Bollinger Band was narrowed down to about $1.50. But then you got to realize the price was very $60. So now you're going to think this is weird. This is half the price, and the Bollinger Band was constricted to $1.50. Now we got double the price, $120, and the Bollinger Band is restricted to $3. It's the same situation, same percentage. If you catch my drift, $1.50 to $60, $3 to $120. If you could understand that. So that's we're basically in the same situation now. It took about a day for that to go up when it first constricted down. We might go sooner because the candlesticks already went over the top of the top Bollinger Band right here. So I don't think we have long before we pop off. And Crypto Savvy 181, Da Vinci 240. I got, when I calculated a 60% increase as going by the previous Bollinger Band restriction or narrowing of the gap, whatever you want to call it, compression of the Bollinger Band. I got 60% under the same percentages, $1.50 compared to $60, and now we're in $3 compared to $120. We got the same exact percentage of price difference between $150 and $60 and $3 and $120. So I'm saying 60%. 60% is roughly $192. So we're looking very good for a nice solid upswing. How long it's going to take? Maybe about a day. It's gonna be great. I'm telling you, this is gonna be one for the history books. It's meeting all the criteria of this down here, and this over here over a course of one day, it increased 60%, and it's got the same percentage-wise. The Bollinger Band gap is $1.50. It's at $60. Now in our case, we're at $120, which is double the price of where we started at $60. And now our gap in the Bollinger Band is also double. So it's matching up exactly. And if you catch it at the top and you see it rocket down like this again, $64. See how it went down? Lost 40%, and then it went straight back up. So this is an opportunity, they always say history repeats itself. I know Crypto Savvy doesn't like to talk about that. I'm a firm believer. Everything you think is new, it's not. And I honestly think history repeats itself. Why? Because the market maker is a person of habit. So I would say when you hit the top price around 192 or anything between Crypto Savvy and Da Vinci's I understand is saying 240. You might want to watch the market when it's going up. See how fast it's going up. It starts to slow down. You start to see wicks off the top. Get rid of it. And if you see something like this repeat again, and it goes down all the way again, well, you know what to do. Buy back in. You might be able to get it twice if history repeats itself. You have to be, the commander wants to guide his ship, you have to be at the helm. Can't leave it on autopilot all the time. You might miss an opportunity there. So the gap of the Bollinger Band is down to the same percentage-wise of that last 60% candlestick. So let's see what happens, people. Keep your eyes open. I don't think this is going to last very long. I mean, the market maker's trying to keep the price suppressed, and you can only get it down to like just barely a little below 118, 119, and it just pops right back up. Let's take a look at the 1 hour. Yeah, he squeezed it down. He can barely keep it down to 120. You see? This is going to pop, people. And look at this. The buys are coming in. You just had, if a lot of those more experienced traders tell me, don't buy on the first green candlestick till you get a confirmation. And what they mean by a confirmation, that it stays above the EMA for, some say 4 hours, some say, a more cautious traders say it stays above the EMA for 6 hours. And we got 1 hour, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay? 7, 8, 9. 9 hours. So you're going to see people, the more experienced trader would have bought right here at the 118. Okay? I understand what they say, wait for confirmation. I never understood what that meant. Wait for confirmation. What do you mean? It's got a green candlestick. He goes, yeah, but it's got to hold above a certain EMA for a certain amount of time before you jump in the market. He says, that's how I don't lose money on my trades. I wait for confirmation. And confirmation means you wait. When it gets a green candlestick, you see over here, you get excited. You think that the market's going to go up. But look, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 hours later, look. 6 hours later, it goes under. So that's how he knows, well, no, that's not a good one. So he has patience. He waits to see where it's going. He gives it a time frame. If you intend to go up, then you should be above the EMA a certain amount of time. That's how the more experienced traders are doing it. I got that from the chart guy. So I learned confirmation. I learned Bollinger Bands. I only learned that this week. All right, people? So I'm learning more every day, so I'm trying to share it with everybody. A lot of people don't like the ABC wave, but I do, because, you see, it taught me A, B, and then the retraction is C. So I thought, well, if the market's going to crash, it's going to have to go below this original resistance of the A wave. Okay? The A and the B wave. This is, you could call it I call it the A and B wave, but this is actually the resistance. If you go over to Crypto Savvy, you'll probably see he's got this marked out as one of his waves of resistance. I call it something different, but it's the same thing. So it never really broke below this A wave right here, which is down here. You see, it approached it, but it never really reached it. And if you'll notice, the C wave always retracts to the bottom of this previous A wave. This is the C wave. It didn't retract, you see, below it, maybe slightly, but it had a really long wick. So I go by the bodies. Crypto Savvy goes by the wicks. So now we narrow. Now these 3 dots you see here, you're going to see them really close together. And as percentage-wise, the last 60% upswing went up. It started at $60, and the Bollinger Gap was $1.50. Now we're at $120, and the Bollinger Gap is the same percentage-wise at $3. Well, in other words, the previous 60% rise, the Bollinger Gap compared to the price is the same percentage. So I think, I mean, for it to be sitting here on the 1 hour at 120, and they tried to bring it down, and now it's sitting at 120. I just want to see this. I just want to see this. To tell you the truth, I just want to see how it goes up, because I'm going to take a snapshot of all of this stuff today. All this whole graph, I'm going to snapshot it and keep it. And so, and I'll label it what it was. So in the future, if I see something, oh, look at this, the Bollinger Gap is, it's 240, right? And the Bollinger Gap is $6. Where have I seen that certain percentage before? I can go back and look at it, and you know what's going to happen. An archive of information to help you trade. You can't remember everything, people. I'm sorry. You can remember most of it, but not everything. You're not going to remember every circumstance, so you keep a snapshot of it. Look at this. This is like a horse being corralled, and they gave it crack. Not only is that sucker going to win the race, but by the time it slows down, it's going to go around the track twice. Let's take a look at Bitcoin. I'm pretty sure that it's being affected. Oh, look at this. It's broke 11,700. That was one of the triggers that Mr. Da Vinci gave us. If you see it above 11.7, expect it to go higher. We're already up 5.5%, and we haven't broken yet. We haven't really started. Wow, this is gonna pop, people. Look at Bitcoin. It's back right up here. Look, before the dump. It's sitting right there. Look. I think we're going to see a lot of people doing a little dance today. At least sometime doing it today or tomorrow. We're going to see some people out there dancing. Little victory dance. That's what I keep telling these young traders, man. I have some that subscribe to me. Wow, these guys have no patience. They don't know how to swing trade. They're trying. What I've noticed, they're trying to handle a swing trade like a day trade. They don't understand the difference between both of them. A day trader trades on these short, between here, I would say between here and here. That's a day trade. But it's hard to catch these little falling knives. It really is. I tried it, and I can only manage to get maybe 1 or 2 a week. So I'm making only 200 or 300. But then you got to watch, because you might buy and then it goes lower, and then you're stuck in that trade when you should have been out of it. And you should have been, like, you bought over here, over here, thinking it was going to go higher, trying to catch the next little bounce and back down. Next thing you know, your price is down here. You're stuck in that trade. Now you got to hold on to it. I've done it before. So day trading is more nerve-wracking, to tell you the truth, because you might end up getting stuck in a trade and have to wait for the price to recover to get out of it with some kind of profit. So what you want to do is swing trade, which is for the longer term. Which, if you would have been watching, in other words, if you were going to swing trade, you should have bought, when the RSI hits 30, you should have bought down here at the bottom of the C wave, which I said you should, and you should have still been holding on to this. Right? Look at the RSI. Well, the RSI is up here. And then watch the RSI. You still got to hold it. You know that if you got it down here, you'd be stupid to not wait to sell until it's oversold. You know the market goes to oversold quite often. Look, if you bought down here, if you're inexperienced, you're going to panic. Oh, it's no, you bought. This RSI hasn't been that low for a long time. What that tells me, you're in an opportunity that you're not going to see too much longer. This is a very rare event over here. You don't panic sell You wait this out until it goes up here. You're going to make a lot of money. Your patience is going to pay off. And a lot of people, oh my God, they look at the price, they see a downturn like this, they'll go and dump it over here. Sure, you'll make money. But then a little while down the road, you're going to see this again right here. It just happens all the time, people. So don't get discouraged. Basically, don't do anything stupid. Walk away. Walk away if it's getting on your nerves. Walk away. You're really selling your short out of an opportunity when you do that. Okay, let me put the RSI here. Wow, this is going to be mass. I want to see this. Of course, I'm gonna sell out. I'm going to sell out when it hits a high price. This is why, I used to be what they call a holder. But then I realized I can make a lot more money if I just start trading and learning a few graphs, and I've been doing it. And then my holdings have gone up. Why? Because I've been selling high, I wait for the low, and then instead of having 100 coin now, you get 200 Litecoin. And if you keep, you build up your portfolio. And then when it comes time to sell, instead of holding on to, say, 100 coin for 2 years, by the time you've learned the trading cycles, you got 500 coin. And if this thing goes up to $1,000, you're going to be sitting on a fortune. So yes, don't be lazy. If you're holding a security that could be traded and bought and sold for more money, it's just being lazy holding it. You should be if you're an investor, I think holding is just being a lazy trader. You're doing the same thing. You're speculating it's going to go higher, but you're not riding, surfing these waves. You want calm waters. The world's not like that. You're going to have storms. You're going to have your ups and downs. You might as well take advantage of it. I even started when I first started in coin anything to do with cryptocurrency. I bought 2 coin terrors. I made a fortune off of those. I paid like almost $27,000. I made all that money back because when I first bought those coin terrors, I think when I first got it, Bitcoin was only maybe $300 or $400. And then it went up to $800. I made a fortune. I paid them off. I sold those old relics off too, and people still bought them. Then I had a data center. I was doing good on that, but it got to be too much because when the machine gun goes down, it could be a blizzard. I'm out there driving in a blizzard to get to my data center to get my machines up and running. Maybe the air conditioning went off. I have to go over there and see what happened to keep the data center cool. There's a lot of work moving the machines around, putting the new one in. I had everything done remotely where I can get into my own private data center. I also had in collation too, but I took them all out and did my own because I learned from the collation how to do everything, and I just said it's just cheaper if I do it myself, and it worked out pretty good. But then I found out, hey, you could just buy the coin and hold on to it and make money that way. I did that, and then I realized, hey, you can make even more money if you start trading. I did that, and that started working out. Of course, like everybody else, I made a few mistakes, but every day I'm learning more. I'm getting better and better at this. The way I feel that now I'm pretty confident after what I learned, and most people who are on my channel says I'm underrated. Say I have my own way to do things. I don't copy people because a lot of the people I watch tend to be wrong, and they'll guide you the wrong way. So I form my own opinion. I mean, I learned how to use the graphs, so they know what they use. I might not know the technical names for it, but I learned which graph and what they're for, and how it shows future effects in the market that these graphs show, and I have my own unique way I developed, and I think everybody does that. You have to learn your own unique way because everybody has their own perspective. All right, people, I'm telling you, people are going to be dancing in their underwear in their living room again. I think we're going to have some really good news. All right, good luck on your trading. See you later.